half size, smaller. Was it bigger?
Yo, wait a minute. We gonna start this all over again. My man Rich Rico, we can't hear you. Check this out. My man I.G.RichRico.
Fuck that, man. Let me say my own shit.
Say it, man. Do it.
I.G.RichRico, man. My guys looking out.
I.G.RichRico. My man is in the building today on the Vague Show, and we are here to talk about relationships today. Relationships is really important, and I know that I sparked a lot of people with the relationship one that I did last time, which was, I thank everybody for tuning in. Click subscribe if you like, and all of that good stuff, man. Let's make this thing pop. So we're gonna talk to my man Rich Rico, and are you in a relationship at this point right now in your life?
Yeah, I don't answer questions. No, fuck with you, man. You got to do your job. I know they be like, this thing here is stupid, but no, listen. What you call a relationship might be you and your best friend, but what I call a relationship is different. It's from a higher set. It's like a higher power mixed in with it, so it's a different way. So yeah, I've been rocking. I've been rocking for a while with Deuce. I got my mate. We've been running. I'm married, so we've been rocking.
Okay.
A lot of people forget about that nowadays because it's trippy nowadays. Because we've been divorced, married, single. We've been all that stuff. All these people in the world. You know what I mean? Like I've been through some other situations. I got kids that are older. Everybody got something. But the main thing and the main topic is how to have a sustaining, long living and loving relationship. And the work starts with you. Because the first thing that I get to any person is if you don't got a good relationship with you, how the hell you gonna have a good relationship?
Well, listen, let me ask you this. As far as like healthiness in communication in a relationship, how important is that?
Listen to me again. And this is really what I was coming to. If you don't have a good relationship with you and the things that you do and your health, mental health, spiritual health, physical health, those things, those topics, it seems like, you know what? People are so caught up paying the bills and getting to the next place in life that they forget that
well, let me hear you talk about discuss about what makes a relationship strong, what makes it last long, what are the things that keeps a relationship together?
The people inside of that relationship getting the correct information before they get into that relationship, and while
are these your personal experiences or are you a professional?
You know, I would say at the age I am now, I would say this is professional. Because I've seen the truth in relationships. You know what? If you know about your mom and daddy, if you really know about them, if you know about your grandma and grandpa, if you know about these people's marriages that you seen long enough, you could see something. Then you seen the neighbors, and then you seen real life, and then you start to see your life. If you've been through 20 years of relationships, and now you're on your second 20 years of relationships, yeah, you can give me some information. Because as long as you're alive and you have a relationship with your brother, your sister, your mother, and everything in life, that coincides with the relationship that you have with your mate. See, you're saying relationships, but you're not saying mate. See, everybody ain't your mate.
You're absolutely right. Relationships go throughout your whole family and
life. And when you go have a relationship with a boss or a job.
With a mate or someone that you're with, that's something different. But you know, it's always like the understanding of who you are, like you said, it's the understanding of who you are. And in order to deal with somebody for a long time, you have to, a lot of things that you normally would speak out on, you have to kind of hold your tongue. It's almost like you can't say everything because everybody has a certain limit to their vulnerability of how they are. No, listen. Your vulnerability of who you are. Somebody can say something to hurt your feelings. That's with me and anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Then that becomes, do I sit back or do I get back? Then you got two people that's together.
Attack or a fall back.
It's like chess. Do I block or do I attack? You know what I mean? Or do I just sit back and let them dominate? That's the thing. So, and I used to say a long time ago that it's always one dominant person. It's either going to be the woman going to be dominant, or it's either going to be the man that's going to be dominant. But in the relationship, they can't be equal together.
Now, let me explain something. So
now, before you explain it, we're talking about trust issues, right?
But we're talking about the dominance and the mentality, right? Yes.
We're talking about the trust and transparency, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, trusting somebody is meaning what? Trusting your mate. What does that mean?
Faith. That's faith in them. I believe that this person ain't gonna do me this way. I don't know if they're gonna do me this way. I don't know if they're gonna do me this way later on. But
you actually are my first guest on my show. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So, normally I do these shows and I talk about relationships between a male and a female. Right now, we're discussing life topics on relationships with your mate, you and I. And I'm interested to hear your side, and that's why I have you on the show, because I want to hear your side. And to our audience, make sure you click subscribe right now.
Right. Listen, guys. Listen. The reason why I talk about the root causes, it's like, okay, it's like I can tell you about what I particularly did and the mistakes I made, and then I can tell you what I think my wife did. But see, if I give you the root causes, if I go to the training, most people don't get training. We don't get training. Training is done in the field. It's like throwing a soldier out there with a gun. Listen, no. You put a 12-year-old up, let's just put a 10-year-old that ain't raised on a farm, that ain't been nowhere where they shoot guns. Throw him out there in the battlefield somewhere over there in Iraq, Africa, and on one of those, let's quit saying Africa, El Kabbalah. Let's throw him on the battlefield over there in the motherland, in the creation's land, in El Kabbalah, where we from, where the melanin's from. And then just see what he does. He ain't never been through that. So he been listening to rap. So he's gonna react a certain way. But this is a little bit more than rap, homie.
It's more than rap.
They gonna knock a leg or two off. They gonna hit something. They shooting something that's gonna hit and hurt you. So in a relationship, your enemy in the relationship is gonna do what? They're gonna shoot something that's gonna hit and hurt you. When does a person in a relationship become an enemy? Do they become an enemy hard? Do they become an enemy when they're not doing what you feel like they should be doing? Or when they're doing what the social norm or what society says they be doing? Or do they just become an enemy when you're having a bad day?
That's a good question, because most people wear their emotions just all over themselves. And anything that happens with them in their personal life, anybody that's around is getting exploded. And then the next day everything is okay, like nothing never happened. I've seen that before. And it's kind of hard to explain that issue, because that's almost like sometimes you think they faked it, or you think, are you really that sensitive? You have to really kind of think, or is it mental ill? You have to kind of like start thinking, are they on pills, or do they smoke? What's going on?
You're very close. You're very good. Yeah. You're throwing them around. But it's poor training, which leads to, okay, if nobody taught you how to fight, so you get beat up, what's the first thing you say? Oh, they hit me and I didn't see them. Or they did something else. But if somebody taught you how to fight and you get beat up, you say, I should have used my jab. I shouldn't have just went in there swinging at it wild. I should have thought. So when nobody taught you how to be this person that they just push you out to be, they put you in school and they give you TV. Now the kids got the internet. So let's move TV back. Let's say now you plugged in. Now you have the plug. So you think you know everything. And everything you see on the plug, you download. And now you download these things about relationships. So let's go to a relationship-based model from today. Let's not keep using the old one. Because that one is not outdated. Because there's a lot of people that are out there now. They're not going to get that. Maybe they'll get it to people on our age range. But just to get this information, you got to be there. When you ain't had no training, what woman, there's very few women in America, in a lot of these countries now, the way it's moving now. It's a lot of the fathers go off to war, they get killed. A lot of them end up having a bunch of households, and if they're big businessmen, then they never at home. They just paying something for the kids to be there.
Word?
Listen, man. Listen, I ain't even got that type of money. But the money and the time coincide with parenting.
So how does negative conflict in a relationship with your mate, how does that
however they were raised. Okay, listen to me again. They're going to go back and revert to the original format that they were raised on. So if this is how they dealt with their trauma or dealt with anything, because telling somebody something that's thinking a certain way can be trauma.
For the people that are watching and the people that also view this, if you have any comments, leave comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know. We want you to engage in this conversation as well.
Yeah,
we are in this conversation.
Sir, can I say this? I'm the first interview, sir. But I don't want them to get people on here that's make bashing or that's bashing. The woman do this to men. No. I want them to get the real information.
We want to hear other people's opinion on how they feel about this, so we could include the audience in what we're doing.
Yeah, but what I was meaning is, excuse my English.
Let me ask you a question. We didn't get where you from.
I look at everybody and say the same thing. The earth is my turf. I'm a worm. I'm originally my family and everybody's family is from, and I found this out from. They say the South, but I looked it up after I did my DNA, and I found out it was Virginia, and early Virginia settlers. It was a little South. Like I have a bloodline from my mother's father, which is a Johnson. They're Louisiana, Tallulah, and all that back there. And then a lot of these families that came from the North, that came from up there, moved to Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Texas. I have family all the way from across. A lot of us do. If you do your DNA, you'll see it. But I literally when I looked at it, I thought it was going to be Southern concentration, but it was Northern concentration. So I'm from the where I was born at. I was born in the South, but I've been in LA since for a child. Matter of fact, I was there before I was 4. I was there like a year old, 6 months to 5 months, something like that. And then my pops got shot when I was 5, so we left LA. He was in ICU. We couldn't stay no more because there was some shit. Shit. The earth is my turf though. I've been everywhere, Spain to Maine. Lived everywhere. I lived in a lot of the southern cities, but I lived in a lot of West Coast cities.
Ain't no place like Vegas though.
Yeah, but everywhere is love though. So.
But ain't no place like Vegas.
No. See, you can't put Vegas. You can't put Vegas on the map with none of that.
I went to the top places. You know what I mean? That was really banging.
New York is close.
I've had.
New York is close.
New York is definitely close.
New York is close to Vegas. It's
not.
No doubt.
Fast paced, moving, constantly. Action all day, 24/7, and everything. So.
Boy, New York and Vegas, because Vegas is a little more softer than New York on a lot of stuff because it's a newer place.
I understand.
You gotta understand.
I understand.
It's a newer.
New York is so old, and there's so much that took place in New York.
That's shit crazy.
Now let's get back to.
I'm not on that because I gave you my show. I gotta go. I gave you my show. My wife gonna kill me with a knife unless she see me make sure I'm loving her for life.
Yo, listen, my man gotta go. He has obligations to the wife, which is, he's telling you right now.
Yeah, I understand. And I'm hungry. I ain't ate today.
And he's hungry, so.
I got.
We're gonna
Can't get no more.
we're gonna continue this part 2 with my man Rich Rico. I.G.RichRico.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to this, and I am your guy, the vague ringtone in the building.
See me? I'm Mr. I.G.RichRico. I'm gonna spell that for y'all. I.G.Rich RICHRICO.
Y'all hear that beat in the background?
Yeah, shit, man. I'm with the shit. Look me up. Just Google me. Just Google I.G.RichRico. Just simple Google. One love. And it's all on. I appreciate this, man. I'm telling you, brothers be coming through, and they be coming through with the God-like stuff, and it's like they put you on. I'm me. I'm not all super public, so I'm gonna let y'all hear this. Like, listen to the album come out. Done that shit, man. I love that shit, man. I love that shit, man. Yeah, man, I'm locking up. The lady didn't come, so I recorded a show for you so you can look it up. You heard me? I heard recorded a show. You on the show, baby, right now. I actually want you to hear on this lovely night this relationship show I did for the Queen and me, and it's love. We got you live now, babe. Say something, babe. Say something for the people. But Mike asked us questions about being in a relationship, and you know me, I'm first. I'm gonna go to the root source. So I was explaining to him about we didn't get trained properly for relationships, so we can't just go jumping out talking about them and saying that. We got to talk about, like, have you worked out your personal issues, and do you have yourself together for a relationship, right?
I've been trained already.
Oh, snit. All right, babe, I'm finna hear up and get you on the phone because that shit right there. That shit. Who trained you, though? Let me tell you. Tell them who did it.
God did it.
Who trained you?
God did it.
Wait a minute.
Right.
So now, one of the questions is long-term relationship, and share the insight what it takes to have a long-term relationship.
You have to be loyal to yourself to know this is what you really want, and when you're loyal to yourself, then you're loyal to the person that you get involved with. When you know you're really ready to settle down, then that's when it's gonna work out.
That's word is bond, as they say on the East Coast. But we here on the West with that W.
Why you still in my show? My show's supposed to be educational, babe. I was digging in their brain.
That's for the babies who don't know how to get it.
So make sure y'all click subscribe. Hey, listen, we having fun. And if you want to be on the show, make sure you contact me, 702-960-9690.
All right, babe. I'm locking up. We out.
We're getting ready to lock up, and we